A team that feels like that they could break out completely this season are the Orlando Magic. And it's really because they have two young studs that they are building around. One being Paolo Banchero, who was last year's Rookie of the Year, the #1 overall pick, one of the better offensive seasons we've seen from a rookie in recent time. As well as Franz Wagner, who won a gold medal with Germany at 22 years old for the FIBA World Cup. He was a top 10 pick 2 drafts ago in 2021, and he improved so much from year 1 to year 2. And the young core around these two forwards is amazing. You have Wendell Carter Jr., who's on one of the better contracts in the NBA. You have Markelle Fultz, an expiring deal, but he's been getting better and better each year because he had a rough start to his career in Philadelphia. You have Cole Anthony, who's looked like a solid scorer off the bench. He was the 15th overall pick back in 2020. You have Jonathan Isaac coming back from injury, and before he got hurt, he was such a versatile defender and was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. You have Jalen Suggs, who was the 5th overall pick in 2021. And then you have two new lottery picks, Anthony Black at 6 and Jet Howard at 11, that are coming into the fold as well. So yeah, I do wonder how like the playing time is going to work with this team, because I think there's a good chance Gary Harris does start. And this team definitely lacks some big man depth in my opinion. Like Mo Wagner being the backup center isn't anything like crazy. So Jet Howard is going to play about 5 or so minutes a night as the 11th man, but if an injury does occur, he will be getting more playing time. We do have a deep bench of Cole, Isaac, Black, Suggs, Mo Wagner, and Jet Howard. And then this is going to be the starting 5 with Fultz, Harris, Wagner, Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. They also signed veteran Joe Ingles in the offseason. They have Coach Jamal Mosley at the helm, 3.5 stars. He's a very players coach. Like, it seems like his players just love to play with him. They've yet to make the playoffs with him, so hopefully maybe in 2024 it could be the first year as we blow out the Rockets by 38 points to start off the season. Franz and Banchero combined for 70. Fultz had 6 assists. Okay, yeah, that's a very good start for our top 2, but then we end up losing by 16 to the Portland Trailblazers. Wendell Carter Jr. took 17 shots, 7 threes. What are we doing? And we go to LA to play 2 games at the Crypto.com Arena, and we split them, lose by 16 to the Lakers, then beat the Clippers by 22. Franz Wagner is averaging 29 points to start off the year. I do think he is the best player on the Magic right now. Does he have the highest ceiling? No, that is Paolo, but I do think, in my opinion, he is the best player for the 2024 season. All right, so through the team's first 23 games, we are 11-12, so a game below 500. Paolo Banchero has been the leading scorer. Franz Wagner, number 2, but his numbers have gone up from last year, which is good to see. Same with Paolo's. Fultz is there at number 3, averaging 5.3 assists a night, shooting 57% from the field for a guard. That is really good. Cole Anthony, kind of helping out that trade value. He will be a restricted free agent at the end of the year, and with us having Markelle Fultz, who's also a free agent, Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, I think Cole could be the odd man out, and we could try to flip him for some draft capital at the deadline. Gary Harris has been a very good 3-and-D guy for us this season, so he's probably not going anywhere in that starting 5. Jet Howard is definitely, I mean, he's shooting 37 from 3. That's not too bad efficiency-wise. And Anthony Black is probably like the franchise point guard you would at least hope. So yeah, I don't really know if I'm going to pay Markelle Fultz or Cole Anthony, so I think Cole definitely has a better chance at getting traded because his contract is very small and it's a lot easier to trade. As for Markelle Fultz, I might just have to lose him for nothing come July, which will suck when it happens, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. Like Franz Wagner dropping 32 in Milwaukee to beat the Bucks. Hell yeah. All right, so Markelle Fultz gets a sprained right knee. He's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. That hurts. No, I guess pun intended. So that means we're going to see Anthony Black get some more minutes into the starting 5, and we'll see what Jet Howard can do with some more minutes, and I think Jalen Suggs could also get some more minutes. We're currently 5 games under 500 at the moment. Can we beat the Cavs at home? Nope, we lose by 10, score under 100. All right, so we did not get any All-Stars here as we are 7 games below 500. Franz Wagner is averaging 19.9 points. Paolo Banchero at 21-7. 3 assists as well, shooting 33 from 3, which is nice to see, an improvement from year 1 to year 2. Markelle Fultz is back and healthy, only averaging 5 assists. I thought that would go up to like 6 or 7 this year, so that is quite unfortunate. Cole Anthony, I think, due to his age, and if you gave him 30 or so minutes tonight consistently and had him as a top 3 option, he could average 20 points per game for sure. Look how efficient he has been. So this is going to suck to try and trade him, but we're probably out of like a top seed in the Eastern Conference. Maybe we would sneak into the play-in tournament, but I think if I can get 2 first-round picks for Cole, I should definitely take those. Because at 7 games under 500 right now, we currently sit as the 10th seed, so we are a play-in tournament team, but is it really worth it if I'm not going to like re-sign Cole Anthony in the offseason? So I want to see if I could chip him off to the Brooklyn Nets and he could be their point guard for the future. I got to take on Royce O'Neal to make the money work. 2 first-round picks, a swap worst with Houston, and a Phoenix unprotected first. They are going to counter. Okay, this is going to be tough to do. All right, I have no idea if I include some second round picks this will work. Let's see. I'm trying to send Cole Anthony to Toronto. I don't know why Otto Porter has to be 2-star trade value. I don't even think I can throw anything else in here. Like if I could just throw in some more seconds, I would give you 4 seconds if that gets it done. Okay, I would have to throw in 4 in total because they'll give me 1 back. So you know what? We're going to do that. We do trade Cole Anthony in a couple seconds, 3 seconds to be exact. Or excuse me, it was 4 seconds, but I do get 2 first-round picks for him. I think that was the only way. I think Cole Anthony was worth 1 first-round pick, and I basically traded 4 seconds for a first, which at the end of the day, I'm going to do. So we'll see how he balls out in Toronto. I think that's a really good destination for him, and we're going to see how this team can perform throughout the remaining of the NBA season. I do think I'm going to start... Actually, no, I don't think I'm going to start Anthony Black, but I don't think I'm also going to find a trade partner for Markelle Fultz, so we're just going to give these guys a little bit more minutes and just see what we can do for the remainder of the season. The only free agent I think that's notable at the end of the year is Markelle Fultz. Yes, that's unrestricted, but Gary Harris, you could say, is a notable one as well. Everybody else is either under contract or has a team option, and a contract extension with Fultz we could do now for around like $14 million, but I kind of want to see if Anthony Black is that guy, because I don't know if I want to dish out $14 million. But then, I don't know, like $14 million for a backup point guard isn't the end of the world, but then what are we doing with Jalen Suggs? We definitely have some big decisions to make this offseason. Oh, that is brutal. Gary Harris breaks his right leg out 6 to 8 weeks and probably the end to his season. So let's see what we could do with Jalen Suggs in the starting lineup, and this is also going to mean more minutes for like Jet Howard and Anthony Black as well. It's crazy that Jalen Suggs was supposed to be the point guard of the future, and then it was like, all right, wait, are we going to go back to Cole Anthony? And then, oh no, it's Markelle Fultz, and then they just draft Anthony Black. So Joel Embiid goes back-to-back and wins MVP. So Giannis won back-to-back, then Jokic wins back-to-back, now Embiid wins it. Wembanyama Rookie of the Year, Chris Paul, 6th man, Giannis DPOY, Most Improved B-Ball Paul, and Luka Clutch Player of the Year. Definitely the most likely results in year 1 in 2K24. And then you had Taylor Jenkins at Coach of the Year, and Daryl Morey at Executive of the Year. John Moran had a severe right ankle sprain, so he might miss the start of the playoffs. And we didn't get anybody here on an all-NBA team or an all-defensive team either. That's something we're going to look to definitely improve on in the offseason. We did get Anthony Black, whose efficiencies look pretty good, and 3.5 rebounds, 3.8 assists on all-rookie first team, and Jet Howard, who shot 33% from 3 as a rookie. So we actually made the play-in tournament as the 9th seed, not even the 10th seed. We're going to be going up against Cole Anthony and the Toronto Raptors in round 1. He ended up shooting 40% from 3. We finished the year 40-42, which is definitely a step in the right direction for this Magic team. Obviously behind Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, and we were lucky that they were both healthy for the whole season. Definitely not a great season for Jalen Suggs, though, unfortunately. This Magic team went 34-48 this past season, so hey, 6 more wins this year, I will definitely take that. And let's see what happens. Can we beat the Toronto Raptors at home in Orlando and move on to the second leg of the play-in tournament and possibly make the playoffs this year? I was like excited to possibly hop in, but we're down by 21 points here in the fourth quarter. Paolo Banchero is 6 for 19. Franz Wagner is 2 for 6 from the field, and Cole Anthony has scored 17 points on 7 shots. I thought we were going to come back. I think it's close. We were down by like 12, but we ended up losing by 14. Suggs, and what could have been his last game as an Orlando Magic, drops 24, but Isaac and Banchero were not very good. So it's going to be the Denver Nuggets and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2024 NBA Finals, and the Cavs win in 5 with Donovan Mitchell being your Finals MVP. LeBron is retiring, and he obviously is going into the Hall of Fame, gets his jersey retired by 3 teams. See, he does retire after year 1, but with the Lakers rebuild, he didn't retire after year 1. So let's see what our lottery pick is going to look like. It is projected there at 13. I don't think we're going to get very lucky in the lottery. That would be kind of insane. The Kings, after being the 3 seed in 2023, do not make the playoffs here in 2024. And yeah, we are sticking with the 13th overall pick. As the OKC Thunder, to their young core, are adding another top-end guy. Spurs at 2, Rockets at 3 via Brooklyn, Pacers 4, Thunder 5, which is right outside the protection window. I think I'm going to keep Jamal Mosley at least for another year. We're getting a whole new training staff here, just locking that up, which is useful. So we shouldn't have hopefully too many injuries next year. We'll see though. So we do have the 13th overall pick here on the NBA draft. Just taking a look at the mock drafts, who we could end up looking at. Gary Diaw out of Providence. Okay, I don't really think I'm going to be taking him. Mikey Williams should probably be taken out of these draft classes here. Well, that is a round 2 pick. But yeah, it looks like he might be going to jail for a long time, which is just really sad because he was like a top prospect in high school and he's a young kid too. And like going to jail for the rest of your life, like nobody wants to see that in anyone. So here's pretty much how the draft started off. Matas Buzuelos goes number 1 to OKC. Ron Holland 2 to San Antonio. Him and Wembanyama. Ade Mara goes number 3 to the Rockets. So maybe Şengün would be on the market. Justin Edwards 4 to Indiana. Love that pick. And with the 13th overall pick, I'm going with Alex Sarr, a center out of France. This guy is an absolute beast. He may rival Wendell Carter Jr. eventually for the franchise center spot if we don't get somebody via trade or free agency. So yeah, let's sign Alex Sarr, who's a 77 overall. That is a fantastic pick. We're going to decline the option on Joe Ingles. I like him as a veteran being around the locker room, but for $11 million, it's a little too rich for me. And we are picking up the team option on Paolo, obviously. OG Anunoby would be somebody interesting to go after because he could definitely be a shooting guard, play up a little bit, and he is an insane defender. So I think that would be huge. Chuma Okeke, former Auburn Tiger, really didn't work out with his injuries and stuff. I didn't really love the pick that Orlando made on draft night back in 2019 originally, so he might be gone. We'll see if we're going to bring back Markelle Fultz, but we do have a decent amount of money if we wanted to offer OG Anunoby a contract, because we kind of need that shooter there at the shooting guard position. That could be Emmanuel Quickley, that could also be Malik Monk or Klay Thompson, or heck, it could be Bruce Brown, but I'm going to go out and sign OG Anunoby, and we are going to get him 3 years, $69 million. It's actually a 4-year deal. $23 million every year in that last year, has a team option. Do we have to re-announce the rights on Markelle Fultz to do this deal? We do not. So we could technically still keep Markelle Fultz. But yeah, let's sign in Anunoby. And if we're looking at our roster right now, it's Anthony Black, Anunoby, Suggs, Jet Howard. We have Wagner, Isaac, Caleb Houston, Paolo Banchero, Carter Jr., Bo Wagner, Alex Sarr. And I'm going to be trading Jalen Suggs to the Indiana Pacers for their first round pick next year, top 3 protected. And I get Ben Shepherd in this deal as well. Suggs was going to be a restricted free agent. I don't think he was going to work out in Orlando. Still think he has the talent to do so. I just didn't think he was going to have the opportunity with us just signing OG Anunoby and having Anthony Black and maybe even thinking about re-signing Markelle Fultz. So yeah, we're going to sign Markelle Fultz. It could be $45 million guaranteed, but it's going to be 2 years, $30 million at the surface value, but it's going to have a team option on the final year. I do think I'm going to start Anthony Black, though, and this is more of a veteran role off the bench for Markelle. I'd also love Bruce Brown on this team, but I don't think, if I sign him, I'm basically not playing Jet Howard at all next year, which, to be honest, though, that makes us a lot better. What's his best offer at? 3 years, $30 million. I could give him 3 years, $36 million. That's an interesting offer. Let's see. Would he accept that from us? Or does he take another offer? He's going to accept another offer, from Toronto. Speaking of Toronto, they might not bring back Cole Anthony. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to go after Gary Trent Jr. I think if an injury does occur, like Alec Burks, I could take a flyer on, as well as bringing back Gary Harris, who I don't think will be in the rotation, but if I needed a defender off the bench, we can call on him. And Paolo Banchero is up to an 87 overall. Franz at 85, OG 83, Carter Jr. 82. Love seeing all that green from this young squad. All right, so this is what this starting 5 is going to look like. A little bit different from last year. So it's a whole new backcourt. It's Anthony Black and Anunoby, which I kind of like a little bit more than Markelle Fultz and Gary Harris. Still going to be Franz, Paolo, Wendell to wrap up the starting 5. We're going to have Fultz off the bench with Alex Sarr, Jonathan Isaac, Jet Howard, and Bo Wagner. First guy in, if an injury does occur, could be either Burks or Harris. And then under Jamal Mosley, this team is at 4-star balance now. Let's go. Can we beat the Pacers to start off the year? Yes, we do by 1 point. Paolo with 22 to start off the year. Not a great shooting game from Franz Wagner, 6 for 20. Anunoby in his debut had 5 steals, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, but did struggle from the field and did have 4 turnovers as well. Home game against the Mavericks, we ended up losing by 9. Anthony Black had 9 assists in this game. I do think he's going to be a much better facilitator than Markelle Fultz was last year, at least. Beat the Celtics by 16. That's a really nice win. And then road game here against the Washington Wizards. We ended up losing by 5. Paolo and Franz both had double-doubles. Road game here against the Hornets. We ended up winning by 12. Paolo with 31, 9, and 8. That's incredible. Franz with 26, 10 and 3 for Carter Jr., 9 assists for Anthony Black. And then a road game here against the Knicks on November 4th. We ended up beating them by 17. Franz with 24. Anunoby with 21. If he could be like an elite 3-point shooter for us, that'd be huge. Paolo is off to an incredible start this year. He's an 88 overall, starting off year 3 with a bang. All right, this is brutal though. Paolo Banchero, right knee tendonitis. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. And he's having an incredible season too, so that hurts. So we could put in Jonathan Isaac at the 4. which I think I'm going to do, but I don't think he's going to play, like, as many minutes as Paolo, because I would like to maybe give some of these other guys minutes. So, like, we might go 12 to Mo Wagner. We could play Jett Howard a little bit more. I think Isaac can get, like, 24 minutes, but we can give Wendell Carter Jr. a couple more minutes. We can give Anthony Black, Anunoby, and Franz Wagner some more minutes. Oh, this is brutal. Anthony Black, broken right ankle. He's going to be out 2 to 4 months. That could derail his whole season, and he was being great for us, I thought. Giving me a steal and a half a night as well. Well, that's why you keep Markelle Fultz. So, yeah, Fultz is going to go and insert himself back into the starting 5. Probably see, I think Alec Burks gets some minutes now for sure. All right, Anthony Black is back. Let's go. And we are 27-13 through the team's first 40 games, so we're roughly at the halfway mark. Paolo and Franz are averaging 45 points together. OG Anunoby, 14.5 points, 35 from 3, 45 from the field, almost 2 assists a night, 5 rebounds as well. There's Markelle Fultz's numbers. Wendell Carter Jr. shooting 38 from 3. I will definitely take that. Alex Sarr, I think, has done a fine job in his rookie season too. All right, so this year, did we not get an all-star? Unfortunately, I don't know how Paolo or Franz didn't get it. At least one. We are 31-17. I feel like the Orlando Magic, with that record, deserved at least one all-star, and his name should have been Paolo Banchero. Also, shout out to Markelle Fultz. Shooting 61% from the field. He's shooting 30% better from the field than from 3. And we are approaching the trade deadline this year. And we were 14 games above 500 at the deadline. I don't know if I'm going to bring back Jonathan Isaac, but for $5 million, I feel like I will do that. So we'll add a team option on the back end of that. And yeah, 32-18. We are absolutely killing it. I think I'm just going to see what this team can do with no moves. And hopefully maybe everybody can stay relatively healthy. And we can try to compete for like a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference with this young core and only get better throughout the off season. But of course, our first 3 games after the deadline, we lost. Oh my God. Paolo Banchero dislocates his right patella. He is out for the season. You gotta be kidding me. Damn it, man. He might miss the start of next year as well. We were 17 games above 500, and we just lost our best player. Man, that sucks. Damn, we are gonna finish with 50 wins, though, which is kind of crazy with no Paolo Banchero. We're just gonna wrap up this season here. Jonathan Isaac, probably going to be the starting power forward for the playoffs. Maybe we get weird and have Alex Sarr, Wendell Carter Jr. together, because Wendell Carter Jr. is able to space the floor. Shout out to John Morant winning MVP. DJ Wagner, Rookie of the Year. I mean, Minnesota getting a long-term point guard is huge for them. Cam Thomas, 6th Man of the Year. Evan Mobley, Depoy, Most Improved. Of course, Jalen Suggs. He wasn't going to do that here, so I'm glad. I'm happy that he is improved there. Devin Booker, Clutch Player of the Year, and Taylor Jenkins gets Coach of the Year. No Orlando Magic on the All-NBA teams. But shout out to OG Anunoby, who we need to step up in the playoffs on all defensive first team. And we did get Alex Sarr on all rookie second team. Okay, Jett Howard ended up shooting the ball very well this year. He's probably going to get 15 minutes in the playoffs. Mo Wagner around 10. I think Fultz can get like 26. Isaac, 18, I think is fine with me. I'm going to go with the Alex Sarr, Wendell Carter Jr. front court. We're going to go 40 minutes to Franz Wagner. We're going to have to ride and die by him here in the playoffs. We're going to go 36 to Anunoby and probably 36 to Anthony Black as well, seeing if he can kind of break out a little bit for us here in the playoffs. We finished the season as the 1 seed. The Orlando Magic as a 1 seed going up against Jalen Suggs. This team made it out of the play-in tournament. We ended up winning 52 games, tied with the Cavs, had the tiebreaker. And shout out to the Pacers, 38-44 making the playoffs. But yeah, here were the leading scorers this year. Paolo was just so good, and then he got hurt. There's Franz Wagner at 22.8 points, OG at 14, Fultz at 13.5. Carter Jr. at 12.7, and then there's Anthony Black at 10. Game 1 against the Pacers, we ended up losing this one. Oh my God, a disgusting defensive battle. Well, it was a good defensive battle. Disgusting, I should have said offensive battle. Isaac 2 for 11, Franz 3 for 13. OG had a good game, but yeah, we ended up losing this one. Game number 2, we ended up winning by 8 points. Franz and OG Anunoby combined for 50. 20 rebounds and 4 blocks for Alex Sarr. Somehow 1 for 8 as a 7-footer. And then there goes Wendell Carter Jr. So now we have lost Paolo Banchero and Wendell Carter Jr. this season. That's going to mean more minutes for Franz Wagner. And then we ended up losing game 3 by 3. Franz had 33, or I guess I should have said more minutes for Mo Wagner. 20 and 17 for Alex Sarr. It's going to be a huge breakout performance for him if he doesn't have horrible efficiency. We do win game 4. Let's go by 3 points on the road. Franz with 29. His efficiency has not been great in the first 4 games, but hey, wins are wins. Anthony Black is averaging 9.5 assists. Alex Sarr shoots 1 for 11. It's not even like he's missing that many threes. I don't know what's going on with him. We take a 3-2 lead. I don't even know if I want to advance with this squad. Mo Wagner, 6 for 20. I feel like every game we just have somebody that has like one of the worst shooting stat lines of all time. We drop game 6 by 22 points. Franz, funny enough, had 22. And here we go. Game 7, Pacers Orlando Magic. I mean, we're a 1 seed without our first best player and probably our 4th best player. But it looks like we are going to be advancing. We are currently blowing out the Indiana Pacers. And we end up beating them by 31 points. Franz at 27. Black, Fulton, and Anunoby all with 21 apiece. Sarr with 19 and 9. Mo Wagner with 18 and 10. And here we are going up against the Pistons in round 2. So they got Cade, Ivy, Bojan, Marvin Bagley, and Duren in that starting 5. Thompson, Stewart, Isaiah Collier, Hayes, and Poku there off the bench. Game 1 goes to the Orlando Magic. We beat them by 39 points. Franz with 30. Dude, shout out to Alex Sarr. I need some of those better shooting performances. Game number 2 goes to the Orlando Magic. We win by 8. Franz Wagner with 45 points in 33 minutes. 5 steals for Anthony Black. Game number 3, Paolo's back. Oh, wait. Let's go. Championship run possibly on now? All right, so that means we're probably going to go like 40 minutes to Paolo Banchero. Throw him right back into the fire. We win game 3. Paolo, first game in forever, drops 33, 11, and 5 and 2 blocks as well. Knocks down 6 threes. Him and Franz come on for 66. And we end up sweeping the Detroit Pistons, beating them here by 19. And Paolo almost has a 21-point triple-double. Welcome back, Paolo. And who are we taking on in the finals? It is going to be the 7-seeded Toronto Raptors who beat the 6-seeded Hawks in 7. Hamidou Diallo just dropped 31. They have James Harden. They got this dude who's already back, possibly in prison. I don't even know if he's going to play in the NBA again. Marcus Smart, Yusuf Nurkic, Scotty Barnes. Did he get hurt? Oh no, he fouled out. And then you got a 3-seeded Thunder team versus an 8-seeded Rockets team. Game 1 goes to the Orlando Magic. We end up winning by 12 points. Paolo with 27, 10, and 5. Alex Sarr getting it done. We are 3 games away from the NBA Finals. We do lose game 2, though, by 2 points. Didn't even mention it's the OG and Anunoby revenge series. Game 3 goes to the Toronto Raptors. All right, well, now we are down 2 games to 1. Jed Howard just wants to shoot us out of the games. Game 4, we win, so we stay alive. We have a chance to go up 3-2 now. Can we do it? Nope. We end up going down 3-2. We lost by 6. Paolo had a fantastic performance, but an L is an L. And here we go. Can we force a game 7? No, we ended up losing in 6. Shea, Western Conference Finals MVP. Harden in the East. Oh, we got blown out 2 by 34. Paolo, I mean, didn't even shoot the ball all that well. Alex Sarr has some of the worst shooting nights I've seen ever, too, in some of these games randomly. And the Thunder beat the Raptors in 7. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is your Finals MVP. Beats his home country team in the Toronto Raptors. And yeah, the Raptors really choked that. They could not score at all in that 4th quarter. Mike Conley retires, so does Eric Gordon, Russell Westbrook. All right, staff retirements. Nobody on our team, which is good. Russ enters the Hall of Fame. Draft lottery time. We do have the Nuggets pick there at 14. And at like around 15 or 16, we should have the Pacers first round pick as well. So the Rockets via Washington back from the John Wall trade get number 1. Jazz at number 2 from the Gobert trade. Pelicans at 3 from the Drew Holiday trade. Nets at 4 from the Kevin Durant trade. And we do have picks 14, 15, and 28. So 3 first round picks. We're going to keep Jamal Mosley as our head coach, at least for now. I'm going to hire Josh Longstaff to be my top assistant. And I haven't used this 2025 draft class yet, but yeah, Cooper Flagg is the top name. You have Robert Dillingham there as well. No Cameron Boozer in sight. There's Trey Johnson, Aaron Bradshaw. So the Houston Rockets are going to add Cooper Flagg to their already Western Conference final team. That is unfair. All right, I'm going to take Ian Jackson here, the wing out of North Carolina with the 14th overall pick. At 15, I'm going to take Carter Bryant, another wing. He's out of Arizona. And at 28, I'm going to take Nasir Cunningham, who is out of DePaul. But yeah, Cooper Flagg, clearly the number 1 guy. There's Ace Bailey there in the first round. So Jackson's a 73, Carter Bryant's a 75, Nasir Cunningham's a 70. Team player options, we're going to pick up all of these. I don't know, though. Like Caleb Houston and Ben Shepherd, I don't really know about. I'll I'll probably decline Caleb Houston's, but pick up Ben Shepard since we just got him last offseason. Franz Wagner's about to be a rich man this summer. And for tampering purposes, and to keep Franz happy, I'm going to be bringing back his brother Mo. Franz is going to take a deal from the Pistons, 3 years, 114. We are going to be matching that. And I don't think I'm going to make any trades this offseason. We were 2 games away from entering the NBA Finals, or at least making it. Wendell Carter Jr. was hurt. Paolo just recently came back, and this team is still incredibly young where these guys will progress. I'm going to go out and I'm going to sign TJ McConnell. We do see a little bit of regression from Wendell Carter Jr., who is in a contract year. Alex Sarr is up to an 80, so yeah, he could just be our center once Carter leaves, or if he does. Oh yeah, no shit, Cameron Boozer wasn't in that draft class. Cooper Flagg was the one that reclassified, so Cameron Boozer is in 2026. AJ Dibansa, probably butchering his name, but apparently he's going to be really good in the 2026 class. All right, so Carter Bryant's going to play like 6 minutes a night. It's going to be a bench of Alex Sarr, Markelle Fultz, Jed Howard, Isaac, and Carter Bryant, with the starting 5 being Black, Anunoby, Wagner, Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. I'm also going to send Ian Jackson and Nasir Cunningham to the Osceola Magic. Did they change their G League city, or was it always that? But yeah, we're going to send them down to the G League, at least for the time being. First game of the year against the Chicago Bulls. Hey, thank you for Franz Wagner. We ended up winning by 8. Paolo with 27 points to start off the year. Then we go out and beat Boston by 20. When is our first L going to be? Oh, man. Bruh. All right. Well, OG Anunoby dislocates his right patella. He is going to be out for 2 to 4 months. That is crazy. So Jed Howard is probably going to sneak into the starting 5, and that's probably going to mean more minutes for Anthony Black as well. Well, we ended up losing our first game without Anunoby. That's going to hurt. At least he won't be out the full season, though. All right, so we are now 23 games above 500. We are 33-10 through the midway mark of the season. We have a 9-game lead over a division rival Washington Wizards for the 2nd seed here in the Eastern Conference. Everybody's healthy right now. OG Anunoby's back. Paolo Banchero broke his arm for a little bit, but he is back. Franz Wagner picked up kind of the workload when Paolo was out, but he's our leading scorer this year. So shout out to Franz, really playing well on that new contract. We'll see if him or Paolo makes it as an all-star this season. We could look to extend Wendell Carter Jr., and it's not for a bad contract either, and he's playing well. Just like Alex Sarr, man. And I think he could be really good, and I feel like we don't have to dish out $15 million to Wendell Carter Jr. Well, there goes Jonathan Isaac. He is out 6 to 8 weeks, unfortunately. So let's see the All-Stars for the 2026 season. There we go. Franz Wagner finally makes it. 25.5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, got it done. 47, 41, 89 splits if you round up. Unfortunately, Paolo Banchero didn't make it, but I feel like that's a very similar season to what Paolo was doing last year. So Paolo last year was definitely a major snub. So it is the trade deadline, and I just don't know what I want to do at the moment. Like, do I want to try to upgrade point guard? But I think Anthony Black is doing really well. I don't love his efficiency, but 54% true shooting isn't the worst in the world. He's giving me 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal and a half a night. Also, elite perimeter defense, like A+ out there, which is like OG and be good. So I think, once again, I'm not going to make any trades at the deadline. We're going to roll with this team into the playoffs. Hopefully, we're fully healthy and we can win a championship for Orlando. So Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP here in 2026. Dylan Harper, a rookie for the Nets, 4th overall selection, Rookie of the Year. 6th Man of the Year is Amen Thompson in Houston. Depoy goes to Mobley. Most improved, James Wiseman in Philly. Is Embiid no longer there? Not sure, but shout out to Jamal Mosley getting Coach of the Year. Yeah, I'll definitely like to see how Wiseman did that well. I mean, like, he could have still done that well behind Joel Embiid. Surprised he didn't get like a 6th Man of the Year then. So if we take a look at Philly, it looks like, yeah, Embiid is there, but he only averaged 19.5 points. Was he hurt at all this season? Yeah, he only played in 50 games. That's probably where Wiseman balled out in. We are the 1 seed, and we're going to be going up against the Boston Celtics, who have Tatum, Brown, and Kristaps still in round 1. They got not really great talent around them besides Malik Monk. Here were the end of the season stats with Franz at 25, 23.5 for Paolo Banchero, and then a bunch of guys in double figures with Sarr, Carter, Black, and Anunoby and Fultz. Shout out to Jed Howard just being an elite shooter, though. All right, so it's going to be Black, Anunoby, Franz, Paolo Carter Jr. with Sarr, Fultz, Jet, and Jonathan Isaac off the bench. Under Jamal Mosley, that will be 4.5-star balanced. Game 1 against Boston, we end up winning by 13 points. Paolo drops 37 and 10, 29 for Franz. A triple-double for Anthony Black, even though Anunoby shot 3 for 15. Way to shoot us out of this. Jonathan Isaac, man, another injury to him. It's been the moral of the story throughout his career. He broke his toe. He will be back sooner than later. That means Mo Wagner's going to take his minutes. Game 2, we take a 2-0 lead on Boston. That is huge. Shout out to Paolo and Franz. Honestly, Franz didn't really do that much in this game, so I don't really want to give him a shout out. And Anthony Black shot 2 for 11. We win game 3 by 21. Paolo drops basically 40 points, and Franz was great, and Anthony Black was much better. Are we going to sweep them? Yes, we do. We end up beating them by 1. Hey, I'll take a sweep. Now we're taking on the Detroit Pistons, who we beat last year. They beat the Hornets in 7 in round 1. Are we able to beat them? And they beat us in game 1. Oh my goodness. What was that fourth quarter? We got outscored by 24 in the fourth. We did lose by 35. Yeah. I've never seen anything like that. That is actually horrendous from our squad. Game 2, we do win though by 19. All right, that's nice to be back in the win column. Game number 3, we win 2-1, 148 to 130. Powell with 44, 10, and 8. Game number 3, game number 4. Goes to, oh my God, they won in overtime. They won by 2 in overtime. That would have been huge to go up 3-1 because now we had to play a rubber match 2-2, but we end up winning it. Are we going to win in 6? Yes, we do. We end up winning in 6. We blow them out in Detroit by 21 points to advance to the conference finals. Anunoby, Paolo, and Franz Wagner combining for 95 points. You'll love to see that. And now we're taking on the Washington Wizards, who have a solid team and a respectable squad, but we should beat them. We should be in the NBA Finals this year. Jett Howard got hurt with a hip injury, but he could play through it, and he did shoot an elite game with that injury. Jesus, Franz took 18 threes and he only knocked down 6 of them. Shot 33% from the field and from 3. But him and Paolo combined for 74 points. We take a 2-0 victory. We win by 15. Paolo and Franz combined for 55. Game number 3 goes to Orlando. Hell yeah. Let's not blow a 3-0 lead, please. Oh my God, what? No way, man. No way. 3-0 lead. Are you kidding me? We blew a 3-0 lead. What? We were up 3-0. We beat them by double figures in all of those games. It really wasn't close. And then we lose by 29. And then we lose by 25. And then we lose by 22. And we lost game 7 by 18. Holy shit, I've never seen a collapse like that before. And then the Wizards actually won it all. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the losing team was finals MVP. Are you kidding me? Wow, that is wild. I can't believe that just happened. Chris Paul retires for the 76ers. He goes to the Hall of Fame, obviously. All right, well, draft lottery time. Let's see if we have any random picks in here. We do have Phoenix pick at 10. I can't really remember. Damn, unless Toronto had that. I'm unsure how we got of that pick. So that ends up being number 4. So it gets lucky in the lottery. Hell yeah. Suns have our pick at 29. I guess we had a swap with them. So with the 4th overall pick, I'm going to be taking Caden Boozer, the brother of Cameron Boozer, the son of Carlos Boozer. And yeah, Cameron Boozer went number 1. AJ Dibanza went number 2. And then Darren Peterson number 3. Was that the right pick? I probably should have taken Koa Pete with that selection. We are going to pick up the options on Tavares and Duncan. Those team rookie options, excuse me. Markel Fultz for $15 million. At worst, it could be a tradable contract, so I'm going to pick up all those team options. We got to pay Paolo, so it's not like we have free agency money anyway. All right, I'm going to be doing this trade with the Houston Rockets. I'm giving them Markel Fultz, Ian Jackson, who we took last year with the 14th overall selection, and this year Cunningham, who we took at 28, for Alperu and Şengün, since they do have a Day Mara. They don't really need him. They also have Ben Simmons and Jaden Quintance. We're also getting unique Komash, 8th overall pick out of Xavier. So he could be in a trade there, but we pick up Şengün. That means we're going to let Wendell Carter Jr. walk in free agency. And we're going to match Paolo's 3-year, $116 million contract. We do see a decent amount of green. I thought about trading Anunoby, but that obviously didn't happen. All right, I do think that Jett Howard is going to take a huge step this year. So he's going to be our 6th man. We're going to go 35 to Franz and Paolo. Let's do like 31 to Anunoby and then 30 to Anthony Black. And hopefully this team can actually go to the NBA Finals and not blow a 3-0 lead in the ECF again. So Luka Doncic is on the team that should have drafted him, the Sacramento Kings now. Cameron Boozer, the number 1 overall pick, was selected by the Indiana Pacers at 6'6" as the center. Cade, 6th man of the year in Detroit. Wonder if he's behind Isaiah Collier now. Wemby gets Depoy. Dylan Harper, most improved, and Zion, clutch player of the year. We get coach of the year again. 63 and 19. We did finally get Paolo Banchero to make the All-Star game this year. We don't get any All-NBA team guys. We do get OG on All-Defensive second team. His offense wasn't great. And we got Caden Boozer there on All-Rookie second team. So we're going to be the 1 seed once again. We're taking on the Toronto Raptors in round 1. They still have James Harden. They got Scotty Barnes. Got Grady Dick still there. They got Marcus Smart now. Here were the numbers this season with Paolo Banchero. Roughly averaging similar stuff to what he did 2 years ago. I mean, the efficiency is definitely better for sure. But I'm surprised he wasn't an All-Star in that 2025 season. And I really like this team a lot. I just wonder about the front court. defense with Paolo and Şengün at the moment. Leading rebounder was Paolo, with Şengün 0.5 behind, and then Sar 0.5 behind him. Anthony Black averaged 8 assists this year and a best true shooting percentage of his career at 58%. Jett Howard shot 42% from 3. And here we go. Can we beat the Toronto Raptors in round 1 of the playoffs? We ended up losing game 1, so that's a little scary. This is a weird game 3. We get outscored by 11 in the 4th, but we held them to 9 in the 1st. Yeah, we lost by 5 in overtime to start things off, so not the worst kind of start. Can we finish off the series strong, please? There we go. We end up winning in 5. And in those 5 games, Paolo and Franz combined for 55. Now we're taking on the Miami Heat. I haven't really mentioned them at all in this video. I would assume with the 1, Hero, Butler, Hawkins, and Bam wrapping up the starting 5. Herter, Koa Pete off the bench with Kenny Martin Jr. and Cam Reddish. 2 Southeast Division teams, and we sweep them to go to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Once again, Franz Wagner got it done in those 4. And then here we are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, a much harder opponent than last year's Washington Wizards. They no longer have Donovan Mitchell, though, which is nice. But they do have Walker Kessler now. Not like they need him with Jared Allen there. All right, Paolo balls out there in game 1, and we take the victory. Game 2 goes to Orlando by 15. Franz and Paolo combined for 52. We dropped game 3 by 19. They have Paul George at 37 years old on that team. Game 4, no! They tie it up. Oh, this is bad. I don't like the momentum they have right now. Huge game 5 matchup. We take home the victory. Oh my goodness, what a defensive 4th quarter. They scored 6 points. Oh, and here we go. We're going to a game 7. God damn it. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. Please just win this. Why is this so difficult? I feel like we were doing so well in year 2. Like, honestly, quicker along than I thought. But I don't like the way this game is going for us. Please. Oh, my God. We're down by 15. We just lost in the conference finals again. In 7 games. And then the Thunder win the NBA Finals in 7. You gotta be kidding me. KD retires. DeRozan retires. Paul George, Butler, Brook Lopez. A lot of notable names. Oh, that just sucks so much. The Nets end up getting picks 1 and 2 from Phoenix and Philly. We have Toronto's pick at 15, as well as our pick at 29. All right, so I am the biggest dumbass ever, and after I recorded the, first part of this video, even though we're getting towards the end, I dropped my camera. So I'm currently in the process of getting a new one. It will come back for the next video that you guys will see. But yeah, we're just going to finish off trying to win a championship with this team. But unfortunately, I will not have a camera here. I think we may look to upgrade at head coach this offseason and go out and try to get Ime Udoka, and for which we are able to pick him up. So that's huge, getting a really good head coach, at least in 2K standards. So I kind of want to run some part of this team back, and I do think we need to maybe optimize Alex Sarr and his defensive ability, at least with A+ inside D. And he's got B perimeter D2 as well for a center, and that's really good. So I don't know. Jett Howard could definitely be our 6th man. Do I think Anthony Black? I don't know. He's been progressing so well. I feel like I should keep him around. So Emmanuel Trickett here, or Trichet, was the #1 overall pick. Looks pretty good to the Brooklyn Nets. We ended up with Howard Wagner here at pick 15. We got Vince Wright Foreman at 29, and then a couple second-round picks in Dora Law and Cliff Foster. We're going to pick up the team options on most of these guys, but probably not our 2 recent second-round picks in Doug Duncan and Andre Tavares. But everybody else, I will pick up the option for. We're going to extend Jett Howard and Anthony Black. I think 7.4 mil for Ben Shepherd is just unnecessary at this point. I don't even think he will crack the rotation next year. So unrestricted free agents for tampering purposes, like I said, we got to keep Franz Wagner happy. We will bring back Mo Wagner. And we are going to re-sign Anthony Black and Jett Howard on 3-year deals. So Scoot Henderson ended up signing with the Wizards, De'Aaron Fox to the Hawks, Triple J to the Raptors, Tyler Hero to the Warriors, RJ Barrett stays in New York but goes to the Nets, Walker Kessler to the Raptors. So taking a look here at player progression, we have Paolo Banchero up to a 90 overall. Just everybody's been progressing. It's nice to see OG and Anunoby not regress yet, or even Jonathan Isaac. For some reason, Franz Wagner's physicals went down. So a 1-2 punch of Şengün and Anunoby off the bench is great. We have Caden Boozer, Jonathan Isaac, maybe Carter Bryant will get some minutes as well over Jonathan Isaac. But I think, no, we're probably going to go Jett Howard off the bench and start OG and Anunoby just for defensive purposes. And then let's make sure Franz gets 34, or he'll get 33 and Paolo can get 34. I think I'm going to start Alex Sarr at the 5. Come on, Ime Udoka. Let me win a championship here in 2028. So Luka Doncic on the Kings is your MVP. We ended the season as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, going up against the the 8th-seeded Raptors in round 1, who have like maybe the greatest defensive front court in the NBA right now with Triple J and Walker Kessler. Paolo Banchero led the team in scoring, followed by Franz Wagner, so 47 points total between the two, so that is just great to see. Anthony Black averaged 8.9 assists. Caden Boozer would have great numbers if he started or at least got a decent amount of playing time. 1.6 steals for Anunoby, 1.5 blocks for Alex Sarr. I feel like we should beat this Raptors team, but who knows, man, with 2K. We ended up beating them in 5, though. I just would like to make it to the NBA Finals. The 1-2 punch of Wagner and Banchero getting it done. Now we're taking on the Pistons, who have Isaiah Collier. Literally, Cade Cunningham is coming off the bench. And are we able to make it to the conference finals? Please, yes, we do. We end up beating them in 5. Now we're taking on the Charlotte Hornets, who have LaMelo, Nick Smith Jr., Brandon Miller, Jabari Smith, Mark Williams. That is such a fun 1 through 5. They also have Stephon Castle off the bench as well. Can we make it to the NBA Finals? Yes, we can. We gentlemen swept every single series on the Eastern side of things, and now we're going up against the OKC Thunder here in the finals. Why do I feel like they've been in the finals like every year in this video, or at least competing there? Well, they did end up losing it, or they've been to the last 3, so that does make sense. And then Shea got finals MVP when they freaking lost. Game 1 goes to the Orlando Magic by 3 points. Paolo with almost a 31-point triple-double. Anthony Black hit 6 threes and had a great passing game. Then we end up winning by 3 because Franz Wagner drops 44 points. Game number 3 goes to the Orlando Magic. Oh my goodness, here we go. Finally. I'm just glad I kept this video going, and we're actually going to win a championship. Hell yeah, man. Anthony Black gets finals MVP. He was also super efficient with his 11 assists and steal and a half. So hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild. Sorry again for the final part of this not having a face cam. Don't worry. There will be face cams in every video going forward just after this. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I love you guys. Drop a like if you did enjoy, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.